You got mail.
Do you remember the 90s?
Come on, Uncle Phil, this is the 90s, man.
Man, it's the 90s. It's hammer time. Come on.
It's the 90s, remember? Microchips, microwaves, faxes, earphones.
Ma, it's the 90s. You can call it what it is.
Yada, yada, yada.
I can be anything I want to be. It's the 90s.
What, are you nuts? This is the 90s. We're gonna sue you.
Wake up and smell the 90s.
This is the Fox Broadcasting Company. Introducing the Bundys of Chicago, a family like you've never seen.
Mom, Dad,
You're grounded.
Al Bundy.
Can you guess what we're going to talk about?
Man, it sounded more like the Royals episode that we did, but no, it's the classiest soundtrack I ever heard to what apparently is a promotion video for the Fox network.
Yep.
Wow.
We are going to talk about when America went from having 3 broadcast networks to having 4 broadcast networks.
Do we have to invoke Rupert Murdoch's name at some point?
We can mention him just to say that he's the guy in charge. I believe he was then. Fox Broadcasting Corporation is not Fox News. It is an over-the-air network for regular entertainment television.
I see. And by the way, I guessed that we are talking about Fox today on Dave
And Cheryl.
and the 90s. That's
Yes.
right. So now we're going to get into
The origin of network number 4. So needless to say, it had to buy some stations to have some places to play things. So it started in 1986. And by April 1986, it aired its first primetime shows, which, but only 2 days a week. Do you know which 2 days?
Sunday was one of them.
Yep.
And Friday?
No, Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah. Do you know what shows played during its first season?
Tracy Ullman was one, correct?
Yes, Tracy Ullman obviously is a significant one because Tracy Ullman led to
The Simpsons.
Yes, Tracy Ullman had a variety show. She's an actress, and she had little animated segments, and The Simpsons were on that. And her show lasted 4 years, which is significant, but The Simpsons obviously lasted many, many more years than that. 37, 36 so far?
Yeah, I was trying to think of what the second one would be.
The second one, what?
Oh, you said there were 2 shows.
No, I said there were 2 nights.
Oh, 2 nights.
Yeah, so Saturday and Sunday they had programming.
Oh, am I still
you're
guessing?
still
I'm
guessing.
still guessing.
Fox.
Everyone's going to be like, Dave guesses the show. So
That's what we should have called it. Dave guesses the show. Dave guesses things about the 90s.
that's right. So, I mean, Married with Children.
Married with Children. Yes.
That was one of the first. That was one of the first.
One of the very first ones. Yeah, and it aired for I think 10 years.
That's crazy because that was one of the most popular shows I think in its history.
Cannot hear this song without thinking of this show. I had no idea who Frank Sinatra was back in 1987, but here it was.
Love and marriage go together
Like
A horse and carriage.
You tell your brother
You can't have one without the other.
we're amazing singers.
I
Guys.
just remember they had that amazing gross font that came up too.
Oh, yeah.
It would like stamp down with this metal sound, and it would just like immediately have green slime coming off of it.
Yeah. Yeah, so of course it starred Ed O'Neill, who we now know as his from his role in
Modern Family.
yes.
The contemporaries Modern Family. But the thing
I was
is,
trying to think of the movie that he starred in that nobody would know or recognize. But
I didn't know this, but in retrospect, do you know what famous playwright he was associated with at that time?
Mamet?
Yeah, Mamet. He was one of the Mamet players.
That's weird. And then Katie Seagal, who has done many, many things, including being a harlot for Bette Midler. Call
right.
back to episode a few weeks ago. And then Christina Applegate and David Faustino played their children.
I'd say Christina Applegate probably is one of the big breakout stars
for sure.
of it at the time.
Yeah. Because, of course, of Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead.
Absolutely.
So you're not going to be able to figure out the other ones, probably. Although one starred Johnny Depp. You should know this one.
Oh, 21 Jump Street.
Yeah. So that was Johnny Depp and Richard Grieco and Holly Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mrs. Mike Tyson.
And no, that's Robin Givens.
Oh, that's Robin Givens.
Yeah. No, Holly Robinson.
She was on Head of the Class, Robin Givens, right?
Yes. You're confusing them. No, this is Holly Robinson. Pete. I don't know if she's still Pete. Anyway, doesn't matter. So yeah,
that was huge too. 21.
Yeah.
I watched 21.
Well, and they made a remake movie of it.
They did two, in fact.
Oh, I didn't see them. But made Johnny Depp a huge star. Richard Grieco was on all of the teen posters at the time.
You know who was my favorite? Who? Dom DeLuise's son.
Oh yeah.
Everyone forgets.
He was in the
forgets the DeLuise.
Yep.
He was the fatone of that group.
Yep.
That cast.
And of course, we cannot forget Mr. President, starring George C. Scott.
That was the sacrificial lamb in this
There was
initial.
So there's several sacrificial lambs. Some of these shows aired once. What?
I think I know one.
Oh.
Bean Baxter?
Yes, The New Adventure of Bean Baxter.
Yes, I was one of the only people that watched The New Adventures of Bean Baxter.
What was it about?
It was like a kid super spy.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a show called Duet. There was a series based on the movie Down and Out in Beverly Hills.
I do remember that as well.
Do you really? I don't. Something called Werewolf and something called Karen Song. So those are the shows that originally
Werewolf, the most generic.
100% that, yeah. So that was the first season, and it only had programming on Saturday and Sunday nights. Then in the 1987 to 1988 season, they originated America's Most Wanted.
The classic.
Yes. And they aired edited reruns of Showtime series It's the Gary Shandling Show.
Did you watch the It's Gary Shandling Show?
No, I didn't.
It was amazing. And do you have the theme song? I'm going to insert it right now. I can sing it for you if you want.
Sing it along.
It's written by Gary Newman.
Hold on.
I'm sure you've heard
or Randy Newman.
And let's take a look.
This is the Theme to Gary Show. The Theme to Gary Show. Gary called me up and asked if I would write a theme song. I'm almost halfway finished. How do you like it so far? How do you like the Theme to Gary Show? That show is so ahead of its time and so funny, and it became so hilarious that by the end of the show they ran out of so much budget that the entire thing was just Gary with no players just talking to the audience and just asking questions like the old Carol Burnett show.
Really?
Yeah, it became very meta. Yeah. Extremely meta.
Researching for this episode makes me have an enormous YouTube queue. Because you can find a lot of these shows, and you can find full series of a lot of like the lesser shows that aired one season, aired 2 seasons, aired 6 episodes, aired 10 episodes. You can find them on YouTube. Not like HD 4K, but you can get the gist of it.
But it was a big deal when Fox came out, and it was also at a time when VHS players were prevalent finally, and people recorded everything.
Yeah, that's true. So the second season that they aired, still just Saturdays and Sundays.
Oh, was another one original show Inside Herman's Head?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not
okay.
yet. We'll get there. So then 88 to 89 was pretty much the same. And then 89 to 90. So now we're getting into the 90s.
Okay, 90s, yeah.
They added Monday programming. So they moved 21 Jump Street to Mondays and then added Alien Nation.
My beloved Alien Nation.
Yeah, you watched it?
Alien Nation, I watched every episode. It was like one of my favorite shows. Alien Nation is amazing. Alien Nation, do you know the premise of Alien Nation?
Not off the top of my head.
All right, so it is
I've read a lot of premises today.
It's the idea, it was based on a film with James Caan and Mandy Patinkin. And Mandy Patinkin plays an alien, and aliens have landed on Earth, and now they became the new immigrants. Okay. And everyone, and they don't know where to put them, and they're just basically, the entire thing is a take on people, immigrants, and like they're taking over the system, and people saying, oh, they're just deadbeats and they're this and that. And it's all these different types of racial and stereotypical kind of issues, but done through the fact that it is a cop, a human cop and an alien cop who are teamed together to fight and to solve alien crimes.
When you say it like that, it makes me want to watch.
They have come to Earth to live among us. They've learned the language. They've taken jobs. The year's 1995, and America's melting pot is about to explode.
Alien Nation premieres tonight on Fox.
So this season, there were a few spin-offs. Booker was a spin-off of 21 Jump Street with Richard Grieco. And, of course, we finally have...
Inside Herman's Head. I'm just going to keep saying that until we get into Inside Herman's Head.
We will get there. The Simpsons.
The Simpsons, that's right.
Finally got its own
The Simpsons
series
Christmas special.
in like 1989, end of 1989, yeah. And you know what? You can put any Simpsons clips throughout this series that you want, because the Simpsons were all of this decade and all of our lives
Are still going and will continue. As of this recording, they just announced their second movie for 2027.
Yeah, I saw that.
If you're one of the millions who enjoy spending Christmas with The Simpsons, now you can spend every Sunday with them.
What a nightmarish concept.
The Simpsons, premiering next Sunday on Fox.
So then there was something called The Outsiders, which I'm pretty sure was based on the movie.
Okay.
There's a lot of TV shows that they based on movies, but
well, Fox had a lot of properties they could
that's true.
they could work with.
You know, I never even thought about that. They had so many movies that they could use known properties
as springboards.
Springboards. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. There was a show called Open House with early Ellen DeGeneres.
Okay.
There's going to be a lot of shows that went nowhere but had people that became very well known after the fact. It was a very young network. It was this is what I don't understand about Fox, or what I didn't understand. So Fox was this new broadcaster, and it was young and hip, and it had a lot of like minority series that were incredibly popular with lots of different audiences. And then somewhere when we were like in late high school, early college, Fox News happened, and it was like this weird conservative thing, and I couldn't figure out that connection, like why Fox broadcasting TV shows was so cutting edge and progressive, and Fox News was so regressive.
I'm sure it was completely different, like the creatives
sure.
and whatever,
but the same like umbrella company though.
It's true.
It just doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't need to.
You know what makes sense? It makes sense that they were popular and they made money.
That's true. That's true. Speaking of minority casts, one of the most successful early shows...
In Living Color.
Yes.
In Living Color was amazing.
In Living Color was a great show, and
Keenan Ivory Wayne created
I watched the hell out of In Living Color, yeah. And it created a lot of stars, not least of which is Jim Carrey, the white guy, but also...
Jamie
Foxx, David Allen Greer, the Wayans, all of them.
Tommy Davidson.
Tommy Davidson, yep.
Now we come to Dick Tracy. You know, I love the title, but the movie just left me limp. I know what you're saying. This is what I don't get. All the characters fit their names. You know, Flat Top had a flat top. Prune Face looked just like a little prune. But I never got the chance to see... It's hot in here.
2 snaps in a Z formation.
Yes. So those were Men on Film. And there's lots of like well-known characters that honestly pop culture, I think, still references without always knowing where they originated. Like Homie the Clown.
Homie Don't Play That.
Homie Don't Play That. Fire Marshal Bill.
Alrighty then,
yeah. Can you think of any others? Those were like the main ones that I could think of.
Those are all. I remember one of my favorite was the home shopping channel. Mm-hmm. The guys that would have the like the urban home shopping channel, and it'd just be stuff they had stolen off the back of a truck.
Oh, I don't remember that.
For your automotive needs, we got car phones, we got car stereos, we got car alarms. And if you act now, we could probably get the car.
So Wednesdays, they started doing Wednesdays. So we're up to day 4. Wednesdays, July 1990. They added a show called Glory Days that Brad Pitt starred in.
Okay.
Right? Malloy. Do you know that one?
No.
So Malloy was the Mayim Bialik show.
Okay.
So you know who that is, right?
Yeah.
She's from Blossom.
Mm-hmm.
She played the little girl in Beaches. And apparently, I don't know how this worked, but both Fox and I don't know what Blossom ended up being on, ABC maybe? NBC. They had competing pilots with her. So she did both pilots. They aired Malloy first, but everybody hated it. And so then they aired Blossom on NBC, and it did really well and was on for several years.
Nice. I mean, you hedge your bets.
Exactly, yeah. And this is, so that was also a show that had Jennifer Aniston before she was on Friends. Then in August of 1990, they started Thursdays. So we're up to 5 days a week.
So this is crazy in the fact that I can't even imagine, like, even when the WB started later on in the 2000s, like, they didn't have
90s.
Like in the 90s.
We'll get there.
Yeah, in the 90s. But like the idea that you would only have a network that was on 2 nights a week seems insane. That would never happen today.
No, it would never it could though, because there's so much programming that the stations can purchase for the. Like, it's not as if they were black the other days of the week. It was like syndicated programs.
When there was syndicated programming, yeah.
Which there is and there was. And now it would be even easier because there's so much, and there's so much backlog too. There's so much like you could literally have a network of just unseen Fox programs and it would be 24 hours a day and you'd be fine for quite a while. A lot of these Fox stations did early news. Because
they did it at 10.
They did it at 10. And that's kind of tradition even these days. There's not that much programming that Fox programs past 10 p.m.
That was a huge disruptor in the local news scene, too. That they suddenly had these places who had 3 stations. Suddenly now there was a 4th competing early station. And that's why a lot of the stations ended up having a 10 p.m. broadcast was because Fox initiated it.
Yeah, totally. So 1990 to 1991... is the year we get...
Inside Herman's Head?
Oh, no, the other one. The other one you cared about.
Parker Lewis Can't Lose.
That's right.
Which is a shameless ripoff of...
Whatchamacallit?
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Thank you. No, I did know that. It was a show that I definitely watched. And it was fun because it had, like, characters speaking to the camera and, like, weird camera angles and, like, it's adults versus teenagers, and Chris Elliott had a show.
Chris Elliott. Oh, Get a Life. Yep. Oh my God, Get a Life. People, if you can find it, it's out of print. Get a Life, 2 seasons, like 1.5 seasons. Absolutely amazing.
Hi, I'm Chris Elliott, star of the new show Get a Life. Look for us Sundays where the Simpsons used to be. I know. Don't hate me.
By 1990/91, we started with some more spin-offs. There's one called Top of the Heap, which was a spin-off of Married with Children.
Yes, and it starred the guy from Friends.
Matt LeBlanc.
Yeah, because it was the bartender and his son. It was terrible.
Yeah, it did not last long. And it also then subsequently spun off again to Vinny and Vinny and Bobby.
There was a second spinoff?
Well, It was a spinoff of a spinoff, I think.
Yeah.
But they both had Matt LeBlanc during his ketchup commercial days. And Oscar winner, Rita Moreno.
Nice.
She was on there too. She won an Oscar, right?
She did.
Yeah.
West Side Story.
Do you remember the sitcom Babes?
I do remember Babes.
Can you describe Babes?
Babes is about 3 buxom babes. It's called Babes, but they're big and they're fierce.
Yep.
And some might say fat.
Yes.
This fall, Fox will not be bringing you brainless, bumbling bimbos. Instead, we present Babes. Series premiere Thursday.
Also, during this year was one of the other very most popular shows, and I wonder if you can guess it. It ran from 90 to till 2000.
Is it the X-Files?
Not yet.
Oh, Cops.
No, that was earlier.
Oh.
I think. Oh, no, it was that same year. Cops did start that year.
Yeah, and
but
Cops went on farther than that. Cops just only a couple years ago ended.
Yeah, and I feel like Cops kind of came and went on different networks and like different reboots and stuff like that. Yeah, Cops was very, very long running and like kind of an originator of that kind of genre.
So this is a scripted television show.
1 hour television show.
1 hour? I don't consider any of the Fox stuff 1 hour all the time. I always think of their sitcoms. Yeah, I don't know. What is it?
Beverly Hills 90210.
Oh, well, see, I didn't watch Beverly Hills 90210.
You lost
I watched Melrose Place, the Superior show.
Which was a spin-off of Beverly Hills
It
90210.
was. It was. The one character I liked on that show spun off and went over.
Oh, well, I watched Beverly Hills 90210 pretty obsessively, and I actually remember the night I saw the first episode.
Wait, if I'm doing my math, are you telling me that show lasted 9 years?
10.
10?
90210 lasted 10 years, yeah. A lot of stuff happened. But I remember I was babysitting the girl next door, and she had gone to bed, and I was flipping through the channels, and I happened to catch the pilot of Beverly Hills 90210. And the first season did not do very well, but then Fox was really smart, and they aired a second season in the summer to get momentum. And it worked remarkably well. And then from then on out, it was crazy, crazy popular.
They didn't go on hiatus. They just continued through, which was kind of an unprecedented move.
Right.
That then nobody ever really seen the copy of that, actually.
I know. Well, I mean, now things are released all the time. And there's always new content. But back when we had 4 networks plus maybe a couple cable if your parents were rich, and PBS.
Summer was a dead zone.
Summer was a dead zone.
It was off season.
Yeah, it was totally off season.
Nothing came back until right now, like October, November.
Exactly. I remember when I worked at a movie theater in college, so right near the very end of the 90s, and it was slow. So my coworker and I were listing the ways that Kelly on 90210 almost died. And there were like 12 things. 12
drug
different...
overdose, one of them.
Yep.
Drinking and driving or something.
Totally. There was probably a time she got shot.
Spousal
there was an
abuse.
Eating disorder. Yeah, there was a lot. It was a long list. It was a soap opera. Yeah. And that's fine. It was good at that. I could spend a few hours talking about Beverly Hills 90210. But I won't, because you said you haven't seen it, and I don't understand how that happened.
Maybe that'll be another episode. I can get.
Do you know how long it'll take you to watch 10 seasons?
Maybe you can give me the must-haves.
Maybe. Anyway, it had very well-known cast. Rest in peace to a couple of them. Luke Perry has passed away. Shannon Doherty has passed away. It was a show produced by Aaron Spelling, who's a huge producer of many, many shows, but I think this was his first foray into teen drama. And his daughter was in it, although I heard stories that she auditioned like everybody else and got the job on her own skills.
Having been a frequent watcher of the show, would you say her acting prowess lives up to that legend?
I would not say that. There's a Canadian in there too, Jason Priestley.
I was about to say, yeah.
That was a very, very significant show. And of course it did spin off Melrose Place, which arrived a couple years later, which I didn't watch. There was also another, I think, formal spin-off of Melrose Place that was kind of in the same world called Models, Inc. I do remember it coming out. They really tried to do sketch comedy. They really wanted to compete with Saturday Night Live because there really wasn't anything. So there was, of course, In Living Color. There was something called Haywire. Do you know that?
No.
Haywire. Mad TV was later. We'll get to that.
Mm-hmm.
Something called Townsend.
Yeah, it was Robert Townsend.
Robert Townsend.
Yep.
I
did watch that one. I love Robert Townsend.
Yeah. But one of the more interesting ones is The Ben Stiller Show. Do you remember watching that?
Oh, I watched every episode of The Ben Stiller Show.
Really? I do not remember.
Only one season.
Watching The Ben Stiller Show, but I do remember this.
And the Emmy goes to the team from The Ben Stiller Show.
I can't believe it. Somebody had to represent the Fox network tonight, so we showed up. We all worked really hard on the show. Not many of you probably know who the hell we are. But
so I remember watching that, the Emmy telecast,
yeah,
and being like, "Oh, that's interesting." And then, of course, like a year or two later, Reality Bites comes out,
yeah,
and he's like, he blows.
Oh,
up.
he got a blank check from the industry because everyone in the industry, it was a show about the industry, a lot of it. So people in the industry loved the show.
Well, he was also incredibly
it.
well connected to the industry by his parents. So let's see. So 1991 to 1992, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, another show that did not do well. There was a show called Rock with Charles S. Dutton.
That's true. Yes, I remember
There's
that.
something called Rachel Gunn RN with a young Megan Mullally of Will and Grace fame. And now, finally, the one you want to say out loud.
Inside Herman's Head?
Well, it's just Herman's Head.
Oh, Herman's Head.
But yes, can you tell our dear listeners what Herman's Head was and why it was exactly like Inside Out?
If you could look inside Herman's head, you'd see his lust.
Yes! We are holding a woman!
His sensitivity.
We're merely comforting her.
His intellect.
Condoms! Don't forget the condoms!
And his anxiety. They're all fighting for control.
It was what was going on in the sitcom, but then the other thing that was going on was what was going on inside Herman's head. And all of his emotions and all of his anxieties were represented by other actors.
Mm-hmm. It did also co-star Yardley Smith.
From The Simpsons.
From The Simpsons, yeah. She plays Lisa. And Hank Azaria.
Yes.
From The Simpsons.
That's exactly right. You're true, of course.
I wrote it down. I typed it. Little House on the Prairie's own Melissa Gilbert was in a show called Stand By Your Man with Rosie O'Donnell. They play, I think, sisters or sisters-in-law whose husbands both go to jail. One was rich, one was poor, and they come together to be roommates. Jinx and Sue. Jinx and Sue.
That show sounds like cancer.
I mean, it probably was because it failed to. Many of these shows, the ones that you don't recognize, there's like 10 of them that did incredibly well and lasted many, many seasons, maybe 15, maybe 20.
Can I bring up one of my favorite ones that just never made it past even the first?
We'll see where it is.
Oops.
Whoops.
Or Whoops.
Excuse me.
It was Whoops.
Not exactly your favorite.
It was only like 4 episodes.
It was only a few episodes. It was in the 1992-93 series, and I am going to read the Wikipedia description of it.
God bless you.
The series centered around the 6 survivors of a world nuclear holocaust. They lived together in an abandoned farmhouse while trying to survive and reestablish civilization. 13 episodes were made, but only 10 were aired before Fox canceled the series. In July 2002, TV Guide named Whoops the 42nd worst TV show of all time and referred to it as post-apocalyptic Gilligan's Island.
On the next Whoops, they may have survived the end of the world, but can they survive each other?
You dry your socks in the toaster?
Not usually, but my underwear's in the oven. Oh, there it is.
An all-new episode next Sunday on Fox.
It was part of what was known as the 9:30 slot, which is after you had prime time, which was you had your 90210, which was what, 7 p.m. or so, at least here in America.
I'm not sure.
You had your before prime time, it was on at 7 because the teens could watch it. Then you had your Simpsons, your prime stuff at 8. More risque things like In Living Color made your 8:39. And then the ones that they were just throwing it at the wall to see what sticks was the 9:30 because that was the thing that everyone's already tuned out.
This episode is going to be incredibly long, and there will be so many clips.
There will be.
You are going to have to edit these clips.
Where are we at right now?
Yeah.
19...
92.
92. Wow. Okay. Let's steam this train along. Okay.
Okay, let's go a little bit faster.
Yeah.
Let's see. Danger Theater, another comedy sketch show anthology. Then there was another sketch comedy show called The Edge, starring Julie Brown.
Yes, that was good. I like that one.
And Jennifer Aniston. And do you know who 2 other creative contributors to that show?
No.
Of quite large significance.
I'm sure. Let me have it.
Charlie Kaufman.
Okay.
Was a writer.
Yes.
Of Being John Malkovich fame.
Mm-hmm. And Adaptation. He won the Oscar for that.
Yep. And Bill Plimpton did
That's
animated
right. I do
for
remember
it.
that. No, Charlie Kaufman, that show that I was like, Get a Life with Chris Elliott, he was the showrunner of that show as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It seems like they're keeping a lot of these people in the family, and they have creators do things like more than one. If something doesn't succeed, they give them second and third chances. So now we are starting to do themed nights. So starting with Martin.
Martin's moving to a new night.
We're for all now, Romeo.
And Thursday,
So what's up, Juliet?
he's shaking up Shakespeare.
I just came by here to see if you want to go to the Jodeci concert.
Martin.
Julie, give me one more chance.
Catch a brand new episode on its new night Thursday after Living Single.
And they started doing several African-American sitcoms. Martin was the first one. They did Living Single. They tried a bunch of them. The Sinbad show did not do so well, but Martin did very well and still has cultural significance.
What about the PJs?
The PJs.
The PJs was in the 90s,
was
I
one of
believe.
the significant animated shows.
I mean, with Eddie Murphy, and it was all claymation animated by Will Vinton, the famous claymation guy who did California Raisins.
Oh, okay. They definitely resurrected primetime animation towards the end of the 90s. So The Simpsons ran the whole time, but they also did The Family Guy, which people are still familiar with, Futurama from the creators of The Simpsons.
Still running.
King of the Hill, which came after Beavis and Butthead.
Just got a reboot as well.
Fox definitely was trying things, and that was kind of exciting at the time. It was a young network, and they were just doing stuff. Now, I think this is one of your favorites that started in 1993, starring Bruce Campbell.
I'm pulling out the box as we speak. It is The Adventures of Briscoe County Jr. on Friday nights at 9 o'clock.
Can you tell me more?
Smile, America. You're about to meet your new hero, and his name is Briscoe County Jr.
Is that where you're from?
No, ma'am, that's who I am. A new series coming this fall to Fox.
I can tell you that the lonely young boy who had his Friday night sitting in front of the television was waiting to see The Adventures of Briscoe County Jr. every single, for the one season it was on.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
The 1993-1994 Fox season must have been very significant for you because another show that started airing that year was The George Carlin Show.
It's The George Carlin Show, yes.
Did you watch that?
I did.
Can you tell me anything about that?
It had George Carlin on it. I mean, it wasn't significant.
It was funny.
It was funny. It was a sitcom.
Yeah.
Even George Carlin admits that it wasn't all that great.
Yeah.
It was their version of like doing a Gary Shandling show.
Yeah. I mean, I think it was a series that lasted a whole season, which is significant because many of these shows lasted 4 or 5 episodes at most. They just got killed immediately.
All right. If we're at Briscoe County time, we have to be hitting X-Files at this point, correct?
I just got there. Now, I did not watch the show, but the song is iconic.
It is 2 movies, 2 feature films. They did a reboot series, and it had a spin-off. Do you know what the spin-off was?
The Smoking Man?
The Lone Gunman.
The Lone Gunman. I knew it was based on a character.
Characters, a trio.
But it's lone.
That's why it's funny. It was actually kind of a comedy series. It was pretty. It was very clever. No, you would be remiss. I would say the closest equivalent to the X-Files is Twin Peaks.
Right.
It was elevated television.
Yes.
I know you're not a sci-fi person, but like every single episode was kind of its own. It was almost an anthology.
If I had infinite time in my life, I would probably consider going back and watching X-Files. I did go to college with a very, very large X-File fan.
Yeah.
And it was very intentional viewing at my house. Not by me. But I will say that when I heard there was a musical episode, I did have her play it for me because she had all of them on DVD too. So that's media. That is physical. She'd buy them all and she was able to pull out the DVD so that I could watch the musical episode. 1994, 1995 is when UPN and WB both premiered.
Mm-hmm.
And then several years later, I think less than 10 years though, they became the CW.
Yeah, they merged.
They merged together. So there were 2 additional networks to compete, but at this point, Fox had been around for 8 years. So another comedy sketch show was House of Buggin'.
House of Buggin' with
John Leguizamo.
Leguizamo.
Yep. There was a show called Sliders, Jerry O'Connell.
Sliders, another Friday, beautiful Friday. It took the Briscoe County slot when it was missing. Yeah,
nice.
The first couple seasons of Sliders is pretty darn good too.
Yeah, and
his brother came in on it.
Yeah,
because they couldn't afford him, so they ended up doing a thing where they just slotted him out, and they didn't. They did it. I forgot what it was. They didn't sit there and go, "You'll never tell the difference. It's the same character." They made it like it's an alternate dimension because the whole point is that it's like a quantum leap thing.
Yeah.
Every episode they slide into another version, another parallel version of the world.
A young scientific genius.
Oh my God.
Will unlock the gateway to an alternate universe.
We can just slide through this and we're on another planet?
No, same planet, different dimension.
That is so cool.
Where it's still Earth, 1995. But anything is possible.
The Cubs have won 3 straight World Series.
I think that there's probably a whole generation that didn't realize that Joe Rogan was an actor.
It's true. He's on
he was on News Radio.
News Radio.
Which is a great show. But he was also on a Fox show called Hardball.
What?
Yep. Who cares?
Truly.
Another one of the really big shows that has cultural significance came around this time that I think probably some people would remember and recognize. Party of Five. Maybe I was busy on Mondays.
I watched Party of Five. I love Party of Five. I watched it all the way to the end.
Yeah. I did not. Can you share any memories of Party of Five?
There were 5 of them. And they lived in a house without parents.
And there was a baby at first.
And they had to take care of themselves.
Imagine growing up without parents. This fall, you'll meet 5 extraordinary young people.
Are we in trouble?
Trying to make it on their own.
I'm here to interview for the nanny position.
They lost something precious.
Did you ever think about them, Bailey?
Of course I do.
But found each other. Party of 5 after Melrose Place tomorrow.
So, yeah, this was the show that brought us Matthew Fox, Lacey Chabert, Neve Campbell from Scream fame.
Correct. Neve Campbell was the biggest one that came out of it, obviously.
Scott Wolf. Jennifer Love Hewitt. Yeah, so, I mean, it was definitely noteworthy. And people loved it. And then there was a spin-off later with Jennifer Love Hewitt going to New York and living her adult life or something.
I don't know that. I just know that one of the big things about it was that Party of Five, it was the first time I ever really understood the whole deal of alcoholism, because they had this huge arc when one of the characters, one of the more likable characters, becomes a hardcore raging alcoholic and starts breaking the family
trauma.
apart. Yeah.
Yeah. There was a show produced by Sam Raimi called Mantis.
Oh my God, Mantis!
Did you watch Mantis?
Oh, I watched Mantis. Well, Sam Raimi also produced Briscoe County.
He did. I didn't realize.
Sam Raimi has an entire
relationship with Fox.
Well, no, but just in syndication, he had like he produced Xena Warrior Princess.
Oh, okay.
The Adventures of Hercules, and Mantis was one of those. He did all of these like fun, kind of crazy, high concept adventure shows. Mantis, pretty terrible.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
It's no Manimal.
So now we're getting to the mid '90s. Man, this is taking a while. Mad TV. Mad TV is a great show. Lots of references. Maybe we'll just pull clips for other episodes because I think it was a Mad TV clip that we used for Oprah.
Yes. Poor Man's SNL had a lot of comedians that went on to kind of
to do more
of note.
Yeah, for sure.
Of note. Yeah.
There's no Jim Carrey in the bunch, but
there was not a breakout. No.
Remember when Saturday Night Live was funny? Neither do we. Introducing Mad TV, the late night comedy with something extra. Laughs.
We really want you guys to have a good time.
That's why we're handing out free beer to everyone in the audience.
Oh, in 1996, 97, Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction.
Oh my God, starring
James Brolin.
That's right.
Yeah. It was a show where they would it was an anthology show where they would tell stories, and some were real and some were made up, and you had to decide.
Have you been listening to a story based on fact, or have you been hearing the voice of deceit?
Jonathan Frakes ended up taking over after the second season.
It's true. Wow.
Next gen for life, baby.
Woo! All right, King of the Hill.
King of the Hill. I admire King of the Hill. I watched maybe a season of it.
Pauly Shore's self-named sitcom. Pauly.
Man, we're getting into like some trash fires.
Some dregs, yeah.
The end of this. So we spent all the time on the good stuff at the beginning of the decade.
I feel like that might be the case. Also, I mean,
there was also competition. UPN had BAPS, the television show.
And there are shows from the late 90s that continued well through the 2000s.
Yeah.
They had Amy Sherman Palladino's first show from Gilmore Girls and
yes.
Bunheads. She did a show called Love and Marriage, which I swear was a spinoff of Married with Children because of the song. But I don't think it is.
It has nothing to do with it.
It has nothing to do with that.
No. How are we closing out the decade of the 90s for Fox?
Do you think we're closing out? Maybe. Ally McBeal.
Okay,
so Ally McBeal was a very popular
show. That's a comeback. That's a comeback for Fox. That was a huge primetime show.
It did really, really well. It gave us...
None of the kids even know. If you say Callista Flockhart, they'll maybe say Harrison Ford's wife. That's as far as it goes nowadays.
Yeah. No, I mean, it was a groundbreaking show. There was a unisex bathroom in the...
Lucy Liu was the only real breakout on that.
I guess...
Because Callista Flockhart, people remember her, but she never went into movies. She never went...
Not really. The Birdcage.
She's in The Birdcage.
But it was almost exactly this time. This show also brought us the Internet Dancing Baby.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Yeah, I don't even understand what that is or what it was for or anything like that. But I'm sure if you search Dancing Baby on the internet...
She was having... It was a physical embodiment, hallucination, you might say, of her baby-crazed... midlife crisis.
Yeah, totally. Then there was some other stuff. And 1998, we saw That 70s Show.
Okay.
Which I did not realize it was that early.
Yeah.
I thought it was later than that.
It was on for a while, though.
Yeah. We got Futurama and Family Guy. There was a show called Costello set in South Boston.
Okay.
And let me read this for you. The show wasn't popular with critics who considered it vulgar and shouty. A review in the New York Times said, there are entirely too many colorfully crude blue-collar characters. So 1990 to 2000.
Okay.
This is it.
Hit me.
This is what we're doing. Malcolm in the Middle.
Oh, what a way to close it out.
Yeah, I didn't realize Malcolm in the Middle was Fox, but I did watch that show.
Yes, it definitely was. It's a Fox attitude show.
It is. It has like, fun angles and like characters kind of winking at the camera and stuff.
And Bryan Cranston being funny.
Cranston being funny. That's right.
Drink your milk.
It's lumpy.
Then chew it.
Introducing a comedy that proves there's no such thing as a normal family. Malcolm in the Middle, coming to Fox this January.
Stop playing with yourself.
There's a show called Get Real that co-starred Anne Hathaway and Jesse Eisenberg.
Okay.
So, like, real people. And yeah, it kind of dwindled out. That was 1999 to 2000.
Now, the one thing we didn't bring up, and it was, I consider this a really Fox thing, is I did mention Cops.
Mhm.
Cops was huge at this time. And a lot of people say that Cops was the thing that brought about the reality show kind of craze of the 2000s, that in the real world.
Yeah, they definitely originated some reality-based shows. America's, I keep saying America's Got Talent or America's Next
Most
Top Model.
Wanted.
America's Most Wanted. There was something called Fox Files, World's Wildest Police Videos, The World's Funniest, which was like an America's Funniest Home Videos kind of show.
Most of those were clip shows, though. America's Most Wanted was a live television program that was every week, and it would make an update of if they did captures or like updates if they saw
and after
someone.
a few seasons, didn't they say you helped us capture so many people?
Oh, yes. To date, viewer tips to America's Most Wanted have resulted in the capture and arrest of 90 fugitives. The stories are real. The results are unbelievable. America's Most Wanted, Sunday.
Oh yeah, no, they would have a running tally like on the Jerry Lewis telethon.
Yeah.
More antiquated references, folks.
Yeah, so they definitely played with genre and like messed around with it.
So if we're going to be talking about the overall kind of to make a concise little bow on this package that is Fox the 90s, there are some really, they were really pushing the edge of what I think people could do on television with like In Living Color and like being real racy, and especially even The Simpsons. People thought The Simpsons was like...
Don't have a cow, man. He was so disrespectful. Like you couldn't wear those T-shirts in school.
It was debasing like the American, the family values, and they were always chasing the fact that everyone just thought that they were like the trash TV show or TV network.
Well, but I mean, it allowed them, because they didn't have as much at stake.
Yeah.
They were able to play with their genres and like messing with them and producing things and canceling them and, you know, trying young talent. Now, I know that this is not a person, but if you were to suggest 3 gateway drugs to watching Fox programming in the 90s, or the last 3 years of the 80s is acceptable too, what would be your 3 shows that you would want somebody to watch? And make at least one under the radar, like not obvious.
Well, I'm going to go, I've talked about it, but Alien Nation, I think was a legit show. It's very Twilight themed. Rod Serling used science fiction to talk about like what was going on in the day with, you know, with racism and immigration, and God knows that's relevant now. I think that's a show that could play now easily if they rebooted it.
My turn.
Yeah.
I'm going to say the longest running show of the 90s, Beverly Hills 90210. I think it is a show that I could sit and watch with my teenage daughter now, and I think she would enjoy it. It's very soapy. It's very drama. It has tons of great, like, before they were stars kind of cameos from actors that are now well-known or are like, who's that guy? They look familiar. I mean, I think I would totally watch that again.
It's cliche, but I have to say The X-Files.
That's fine.
Yeah, I think
I can't say it because I haven't seen it, so I'm glad you're saying it.
I have to say The X-Files is probably the best thing that came out of Fox in the 90s.
Probably. Let's see. You know what? I'd probably go with Living Single. I like that show. And Queen Latifah and Kim Coles and Kim Fields and Erica Alexander. It was kind of like a Friends-ish kind of show, but
it's much better. It won the war against if you had to do the Living Single Girlfriends thing. Living Single.
I've never seen Girlfriends, but I have seen many.
I think that was
episodes.
the WB UPN ripoff.
Could have been. But I did like Living Single, and I did watch that.
Okay, I'm just going to take all these off the table and just say Chris Elliott, Get a Life. It is the most subversive and funny sitcom that's ever been
Briscoe
made.
County Jr.
Briscoe County Jr. is fine. Briscoe County Jr. is fine. But if I'm going to be trying to really recommend something, find torrent, find your bootlegs, look at it somewhere, but find Get a Life. Some episodes just dare to not be funny for 30 minutes and have nothing happen. It is an anti-sitcom in the best possible way. And it couldn't have existed on any network except for Fox.
Right. And probably Mad TV. I thought Mad TV was good. I liked In Living Color, but I liked Mad TV. So, but I would consider watching The Edge. I think that one looks interesting. Okay. And I did find some episodes.
So is the one at the end, the one to seek out?
Yeah, for me, it's The Edge. Julie Brown, Jennifer Aniston.
I remember it being pretty funny. And as you said, I think it has a lot of the same team that is one of my highest recommendations of Get a Life.
And obviously all of the political commentary will be very timely.
I'm sure there's a Reagan joke even in there somewhere, probably.
I would venture to guess Bill Clinton.
Probably Bill Clinton, but...
Yeah. Anyway, this has been...
Dave.
And Cheryl.
In the 90s.
If you like a change that can be arranged, tell them now.
It's on Fox.
Got a favorite 90s moment or topic you want us to dive into? We'd love to hear about it. If you think we got everything wrong, we'd love to hear about that too. Drop us an email at andthe90spod@gmail.com, link in the episode description, and you can be damn sure that we'll read your comments on the show. Also, if you're digging the show, please rate, comment, subscribe, and tell everyone you know to check us out. It really does make a difference. Till next time, remember, we're nostalgia for the olds and education for the youths.
It's